Ready to go, buddy?
I'm good.
All right,
Pete, you good?
Yep, I'm good.
All right.
Now, where do you want me? Are we talking here or are we talking there?
So here's the thing. Versus looking there.
Right here.
That's
Yeah.
just to grab some extra.
Here's my good side. Let me just got to get this thing waxed a little bit.
Oh, yeah. All right, 3, 2. Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to On the Range podcast with Hogg Tactical and Kelley Defense. I am Mark Kelley from KelleyDefense.com, and join with me, as always, is my co-host and friend, Rick Hogg from Hogg.com. How's it going, buddy?
Man, Mark, it's going great. Just want to thank the NRA for giving us the opportunity to come out here to Atlanta for Voice of the Second Amendment.
Yes.
Super excited about today's guest, Pete Brownell. So, Pete, thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule to be a guest.
It's good to be here. Yeah, it's good to be back at the NRA.
Yeah.
It's great. The NRA is giving everybody an aisle or a row or two rows to have a voice and talk about the Second Amendment. Yeah, it's great interaction.
No, this is fantastic. So this is the inaugural Voice of the Second. So we're starting to see a shift as far as the NRA goes. Reaching out to, let's just say, free speech media.
Yep.
Where we're not being suppressed and everything else. We can talk about our firearms. We can talk about our rights.
It's awesome.
And being able to sit there and have great guests like you and the fantastic work that Brownell's doing to help the consumer out there as far as, hey, what are you looking for? What do you need?
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys still do the catalogs?
We haven't. Boy, that's something we want to bring back.
That was I can remember as a kid scrolling through the
monsters.
Oh, they were beasts. And then you started breaking them down. Well, you got your 1911 one, then you got your AR one.
That's right.
It was just
it was candy store.
It was.
I missed that stuff.
I remember I'd have to put that stuff together back in the day.
Really?
Have to put page by page together. Boy, it sucked. I'm glad that there's the internet. We need to get back to the catalog, though. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was
for sure.
cool.
Yeah, it was. That was an interesting story on that. My grandpa, third generation company, my grandpa had this great idea back in the 30s. Mm-hmm. You couldn't, the filing cabinets only fit an 8.5 by 11. Mm-hmm. So he made his longer to not fit in a filing cabinet. So you always had to have it on your workbench.
Okay.
Yeah. So it lays pretty nice. But, yeah, but it's he made that so you couldn't store it.
Well, there you have it. That's a piece of history because I was always like, why is it this odd shape?
Yeah, that's right. You can't store it that way. It's always on top of your desk then.
Man.
Yeah. Little tweaks like that. He was genius that way.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So what else you guys got going on? What's kind of the latest and greatest at Brownell's?
So, God, we've been doing this 85 years. We've seen this spike trend. You see COVID. Mm-hmm. We've seen spikes like nothing like this big. And there's always a hangover afterwards or a trough. Mm-hmm. So we're thinking this from our history. We're coming out of that trough right now. So customers, and the way it happens, customers they buy a lot of ammo and they store it. Mm-hmm. They buy guns and then they store those. But during that downtime and all those orders have been pulled forward, customers they still want to treat themselves. I mean, gun people are gun people. We're always going to give ourselves little rewards.
Sure.
Those rewards are coming up in the manifesting themselves as accessorizing with optics. Mm-hmm. So new sight pictures, maybe taking your AR and really making it yours. Mm-hmm. Some of those things that you bought that you're in your vault. Maybe I'm taking those back to the gun store. So it's a gun buyer's market right now, guys. Mm-hmm. And they're trading that in for maybe some night vision now, some new tech. Maybe changing the caliber a little bit as well. So we're seeing a lot of accessorization going on right now, personalization.
Yeah.
So we're solving that and helping a customer make a better decision. I mean, gunsmiths look at our book and man, it's everything you need.
Yep.
But when I'm building a 6.5 Creedmoor, I don't need to see anything but 6.5 Creedmoor. So we're making recipes for if you're doing long range tactical or if you're doing hunting, here's what your recipe could look like.
Okay.
So we're just helping people make decisions. It's hard when you get, my grandpa used to say, a man with 2 watches has no idea what time it is. That was back before everything kind of would kind of sync with your one watch.
Yeah.
But, when people just there's so many options on how to personalize your firearm that you bring your network of research, and we want to be part of that network, frankly. So here's what we would do if we were doing, I've got my 7mm mountain mag build, and so we're just working on providing good builds for customers out there so they can make informed decisions of why they're shooting, not necessarily what they're shooting.
So, So with that, is that something you're putting on the website as far as, hey, here's some ideas, or how's that piece looking for you?
Yeah, so Brownells.com. It's a candy store. Just picking through stuff. It doesn't fold out like a catalog does, and that was always awesome. But here's what a recipe would look like for, and bundling it together.
Yep.
So it's easy to say I like what I saw. Tony, one of our gunsmiths. Here's what Tony's shooting, or here's what Caleb or Steve are shooting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and this is how they would have their build. Even their what do they got in their gun bag, and how do you setting up your bench? We got this thing. We want to own the bench. And what that means is all the Brownell stuff that a medium to professional would use, even the beginner who wants to get something that's going to last a generation from a Brownell product. It's guaranteed forever.
Yeah.
And just kind of get the right stuff.
Well, you brought up a great point, Pete, right? It's buying quality.
Yeah.
Because we see a lot of times in this industry, we let price point do some driving of our purchase.
Yep.
So I want to buy the $29.95 widget, and then what happens? A month later, it's broken, and I'm buying the 20. And you see guys do the repeat. I'm going to buy the same $29.99 widget.
Oh
Yeah.
And how many of those have you bought? Had you just bought a little better quality,
right?
And you had it once and done.
That's right. Tariffs are going to wear that out, man.
Yeah.
When you get 24%, and who knows what that's going to actually manifest itself at, but it's really showing the value of U.S. made products right now. It's quality stuff when we make it right here and it's homegrown. There's a lot of supply advantages to having U.S. made besides just price.
Sure.
That price advantage is going away. People are going to rush to value. We like to talk about generational tools. We are in the tool business and parts business. We make stuff that lasts. U.S. does, and that throwaway economy is not good for anybody.
No.
The simple things like if I get a screwdriver set that's going to break on me, guess what you just did? You scratched the crap out of your gun.
Yeah.
And then you're buying all kinds of other stuff to clean up that mess.
Yep.
Resale value goes down. I always recommend invest in yourself by investing in a good tool.
Yeah.
No, I agree, and we dabbled in the manufacturing side of things.
Yeah.
And one thing that I was not going to compromise on was made in the USA.
Yeah.
So I want that made in the USA stamp on there.
Yes, sir.
I want to be proud of what I got, and I think we're going to start seeing that come around more.
Yeah.
And hopefully the consumer's understanding, hey, spend that couple extra bucks. It'll be worth it in the long run.
Yeah.
It's something you can pass on to your kids, next generation. Like you said, you're not marring up your firearm or having some dramas where all of a sudden it's like, snap. How'd that happen?
Yeah,
So,
I mean, cheap vices, man. Do not get a cheap vice.
No.
Because you start to put some elbow grease on a rifle, that's going to pop right out of that vice, hit the ground, and you go, can we curse on this one?
do whatever you want.
You say, gosh darn, that thing, that muzzle now needs to be recrowned, and that's a tough one.
Yeah. It's crazy out there.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. I was always fascinated with your retro line.
Oh, yeah.
What kind of drove that, or what got you guys going there?
Oh, man, AR-15, a guy named Paul Levy, who's now worked with us for a long time, over at Magpul right now, doing a great job. Got some ideas from AR15.com. There's another one that we also own, AR15.com. So
Okay.
a lot of good feedback. If you're in the manufacturing and what's going on in the gun culture, you got to be on AR15.com. You'll hear it there first. And we just saw a trend, and that trend turned itself into, hey, let's make an upper first.
Yep.
And just so you can put it on any of your ARs. And man, I tell you what, we relied upon some good suppliers out there. And the designers were people giving us feedback on AR15.com. And it's amazing the kind of quick design turnaround you can get when you crowdsource it, especially from real gun people. Engineers are fantastic; they make it all work. But if you got somebody who doesn't really know the market giving you advice, you're going to miss.
Yeah.
So, but plus we already had built in people that would love the idea because it was their idea.
Yeah.
So it was that's how it started. It was like, hey, we might have struck into some gold here with the BRN line. That led to, the retros were fantastic, and I think we had somebody that had old prints. We had somebody that had they knew where the old dies were. I mean, it was a fascinating quick turnaround, and it was a great resource. So any manufacturer out there, go make a little sourcing from the crowd at AR15.com, and you'll find some great options. Great feedback there.
Yeah. And that's a forum site, correct?
That is a forum site, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh yeah, oh my God, they're rough.
Oh, I bet.
It's funny.
Well, the industry's rough, right?
Oh yeah, if you can't roll with it.
If you get 3 shooters together, you're going to have 3 different answers. 3 favorite guns, 3 favorite optics. You're not going to find people that are going to be in the same sheet.
Oh
so.
my God, it's funny. Oh yeah, it's good feedback. They're a great. They're a great group of people.
So is that was the whole driving factor? You kind of saw them going, hey, we'd like to see retros come back.
Yeah.
Because nobody was doing it.
No.
I mean, let's think about it. The carrying handle, really?
Oh my God! I tell you
Awesome.
what, right? When I first got on the Brownells, we would have a product and tool team that would get together once a week and start talking about what's the customers, what are you hearing on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So we've always been listening to customers. Met with AR-15, you can listen to them live.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest products we came out with was the fixture to remove the carry handle after your M2s, and just. So we spent my first 10 years learning how to cut the carry handle off. Mm-hmm. God, I wish I would have saved those in the junk pile.
Yeah.
Here's how you weld them back on.
Yeah.
Right. So so that's all. That whole retro line is been pretty interesting. Mm-hmm. They even sourced the plastic. We had to source the plastic from, and that came off the AR-15, that milk carton plastic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the coloring. It was a really good collaborative approach. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Nice. It seems like you really lean into product reviews from the end users. Like those forums are unbelievable. Yeah. There's a lot of smart people out there.
There are.
But they're also the ones that are buying it.
Yeah.
So it seems like you're doing a lot of stuff with the marketing side of the house. Is that in response to after the pandemic? Or has that just always been something that you had for the last 85 years you've been doing?
Ah, man, that's a good question.
I mean, with the catalog, with this retro stuff, all that stuff, it's very unique.
I don't know. I mean, I've always kind of just listened to the customers and tried to not be corporate. Mm-hmm. We stumble in that space.
Yeah.
Like everybody person does, but we just try to listen to our customers a lot and try to satisfy you. And here's the old rule was if one person said it, 12 people are talking to their friends about it, and 144 are thinking it.
Right.
Yeah. So if you hear it once, that's great feedback. You better fix it because there's probably going to be that issue out there. Mm-hmm. And I tell you, there's some times that we really stumbled on our website, and I think that model proved out to be true, that you had a lot of people thinking it, and now that we've all fixed all that stuff, it's coming back. So Brownells.com, I'm plugging it.
No,
100%.
Plug it all. I would, right? Plug it for all it's worth.
Yep, right.
So you had some snafus with, the website. That's always going to be, as a business, you got to tweak and run that stuff for all it's worth. What are you guys seeing as far as, if you want to say, the social media suppression? Because,
Great question.
that's how we market this in this digital age.
Right.
That's great. Yeah, we've been real live experience. We've been deplatformed. Mm-hmm. We've been Google jail.
Yep.
We've been... there's been SEO. We've had people, I don't want to say dox us, but it's one of those things where you get people that they outsource all of that stuff to an overseas network of people, and since whatever's illegal in their country, they think it's illegal in our country. So you're talking about firearm safety, and all of a sudden, bang, you're kicked off YouTube.
Yeah, he's got an example of that as well.
I mean, it's frustrating as hell. And then you try to do all that. So we have seen that. Elon Musk and his freedom ideology has made X, formerly Twitter, really a great place to start to market, start to get your voice out there, and not necessarily attract. It's not necessarily the point of what we look at social media. It's just inform, engage, enthuse, get people interested in getting out to the range, building. Yeah, here's what you can do. And so X has done a really good job. Anything over at Meta, don't even waste don't waste your energy. Rumble's doing great, and they're growing.
Okay.
True Social's doing another good one.
Okay.
I'll always plug AR-15 because love them enough to really engage with them, and good team over there, and really good. Listening. I'll do a Ask Me Anything. They are brutal. So you got to be able to roll with it and take it for what it is. I mean, at least when people give you social feedback, if you're not out there social listening and taking it, don't take offense, because at least they're giving you feedback. It's when they stop giving you feedback, you've done.
Yeah.
So
how much stuff are you putting organically on Brownells.com? So as far as like your whether it's videos, whether it's information.
Oh, that's huge. We've got a team of and they're here today. But 6 people. Got Steve and Caleb are great stage talent, and they're also individually good talent with content. And we've been shooting video for 20 years now.
Okay.
So we've got a big library. Tom Gresham helped set up the video with Jim Shepard 20-some years ago.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, so some classic TV people.
Yeah.
So we've been doing a lot of video content. We do a lot of feeds to influencers, help do a revenue stream for them as well. We believe that social media is the way to go forward. And there's maybe, I'll step back on a business perspective. There was this pivot to digital online. This was back when Amazon was started. This was back in 2000. Then it's, you've got to like pivot to the handheld. And that was the evolution. And then now, to me, if it's not being talked about, the reality is you have to pivot to social.
Yeah.
If you're not social first, your brand, and it's not like let your brand go. It's manage the brand ambassadors, let them talk about who you are, and you got to earn it, and it's got to be real stuff. It can't be just I'm paying you $10,000 and I want you to shill me. That stuff is transparent.
Yep.
And you got to just roll with it and improve.
We had a talk with the social media liaison with the NRA. Same deal. And it always comes back to the authenticity of it all. And that's why, Joe Rogan's so huge.
Oh, yeah.
And all these other, these cats on these news networks, they're not buying it. And if they think that you're not being authentic, you're done.
That's right.
100%.
That's right.
And the community knows it. They can know when you sit there and go, hey, you're on the take, because we've all seen it. Let me talk about, this is the best Widget X I've ever used. And, really?
Weren't you selling?
Yeah.
Especially
Well,
the game community. Yeah. That guy's never shot that before. You know what I mean?
Last week you're selling whatever. I mean, it's just, I agree. But have you seen, so again, you're doing stuff out on social, trying to get that push. How much are you running? Because this is the problem I'm having, right? Is I'm trying to keep everything organic, because anything that goes out on social is just getting slammed. So, okay, cool. You put it up on Meta, which we know Meta's dead.
Yeah.
You get deplatformed, or they shut it down, or you get restrictions.
Yeah.
You try to shift over to X to get some education out there, but you really don't see the growth there.
Right.
Rumble I let go because we did that, 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
Really wasn't seeing the growth there.
Right.
But then you look at YouTube, and they're pulling On the Range podcast videos down of different guests we have.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's brutal. Every time you turn around, there's some type of suppression.
So this is, I'm going to maybe have a different, yes, there is suppression. And what do you do about it? And I think that suppression was driven a lot by the past administrations. I think when Trump was in his first time around, didn't pay attention to it, 'cause he didn't know. He knew it was at the press level, but he didn't fully understand just how aggressive it was deplatforming. I think maybe he did. Maybe that's why Truth Social started.
Yeah.
And I think this time around there's a plan.
Okay.
And but I got to say that plan can be turned around. The next time there's administration. So it's you really got to start planning those. We've all been complaining about it now, and rightfully so. But now it's time to say, hey, this is either going to take the 529 protection. Is it 529? The protection that, are you a publisher or are you a public square?
230.
230. Yeah. 230. So I think 230 is going to be challenged this time around. It should.
100%. Because you can't have both.
You can't have both. You're either a publisher or you're a platform.
Exactly. Right. And that's the problem. But I think there's going to be some eyes open as far as the antitrust against Meta. To see where that thing shakes out.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, yes, Zuckerberg kind of wiggled around that. Well, you know what? Did I take the guidance? Did I not? Dude, you listen to the administration as far as what to suppress.
That's right.
At that point, you became an agent of the state. Therefore, you fall under constitutional law.
That's right.
And you're restricting everybody's.
That's right.
And people always go, well, it's his platform. Yes. However, as soon as you took that guidance, done.
That's right. That's right.
So it's just,
you become a propaganda machine, and that's just not what America.
100%. Yeah.
Right. So, and I think 230 is going to be should be challenged.
100%.
And we should get a lot more clarity around it. That thing is given. And look, I own AR-15. I'm either going to pay the price or be a freedom platform.
Well, but I think at what point or where's the line, right? And I understand if you're going to go and say, hey, I want my 230 protections.
Yeah.
Well, you can't have the other way.
That's right.
Where if you want to sit there and go, I'm the editor. Hey, man, I pick and choose what goes on. Okay, at least you know.
Yeah.
But there's that false sense right now where people don't know. I got it if I come on AR-15 and put some junk on there, hey, man, is it staying? Is it not? Does it violate? You know?
Yeah.
But I think Elon kind of hit it the best. Is it illegal?
Yeah.
Are they putting anything on that's illegal? Nope. Okay, then it rolls.
That's right.
And so that's what this country's built on.
I know, right?
Are you breaking the?
Yeah. Freedom of press.
Yeah. Freedom
Yeah.
of speech. It's like,
Yeah, freedom
let's
of press.
get,
Let's preach, yeah.
you know, what's going on. So that's the beauty with at least having the podcast.
Yeah.
We can say whatever we want here. We know it's gonna we know it's gonna go up, right?
Yeah,
we can be great Americans here going, hey, here's the deal at the NRA show talking about guns. It's all good.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be even talking about how we're being oppressed as far as if you want to say our digital footprint goes. But I had a guest, and I just want to get your opinion on this. He brought up a great point. A digital bill of rights. Where something, there's got to be something there where, you know, how does that fall under the first? I don't know, but it just brought up an interesting point where what's kind of the protection?
That'd be an interesting one. That's so. I think we've got it. That Constitution we have has lived for many years, and I think it's still strongly guiding us.
Oh yeah.
We just have. I would say we have bad actors who have been on the inside long enough to. I would say misbehave.
Oh yeah.
Without any penalties.
Yeah.
And I think that with this current administration, I think that day is going to end.
Yeah.
So the digital Bill of Rights should be the Bill of Rights.
The Bill of Rights.
It should be, but it's one of those where
I know, right?
Where I would never think in a million years prior to kind of current day that I would not be able to say what I wanted to when I wanted to.
Right.
And I was one of these guys that was always, hey, why is the second, not the first, right? Now I see.
Yeah.
It finally became totally apparent to go, I get it.
Yeah.
But I hope you're right. I hope Trump can get things turned around.
Well,
we've got the ability to kind of get that ability to. It's really just business promotion. We can't even do that. Or if you got a regular individual on there wants to talk about whatever, let them talk.
Yeah, that's right. So I'm hoping that there's not hope. There's movement when you got AG Bondi in there with her Second Amendment committee.
Yep.
You're going to start to see more than just who can own and what can they own. You're going to see how can we communicate. If you're getting benefits or breaks or stuff like that that taxpayers are paying for, and you're getting that break as a platform, those things may go. You can make a choice.
Yeah.
As a company, whether you want to, follow the law or misuse tax dollars, and if you do, then you don't get those tax breaks.
Yeah.
I think there's incentives and there's business incentives in there that can be played on, and there's a lot of things that we need to raise our voice on. I think it's getting heard.
Yeah.
And especially, I don't know if it was a mandate for this president to take a look at Second Amendment deplatforming, but it's definitely within his purview of freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you bring up a good point.
Yeah.
It's time for us to use our voices.
Yeah.
So get out there, contact your elected officials,
Yeah.
let them know where you sit at,
Yeah.
because that's the only way change is going to happen.
You're bringing up something pretty important. There is a concerted effort to Republicans don't want to have town halls anymore because it's just a tack town right now. That's because the ones that, hey, we're feeling happy, we won, yay, let's sit on the couch. That's the absolute wrong thing to do. When you've got the mojos on the Second Amendment movement right now, it's not time to sit on the couch. It's time to really lock in some of those advantages that are right at our toes, and make sure that we aren't swinging. Every time the administration changes, we're not swinging our individual rights right or left. So we need to lock that stuff in.
I got to throw a bone here because you talked about Republicans kind of sitting back. We had Wesley Hunt on the show
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago. He's got a podcast studio up there in his office.
Oh, yeah.
So it's funny. We're expecting to kind of see his whatever office up there in Washington. Nope. He's got a nice background. He's got Wesley Hunt, got the Texas flag up there. It's like, okay. And he was all about, hey, let's get out there and get things going.
Yeah. So I'd pivot. This is a pivot to social right now.
Yeah.
If you're not pivoting to social as a company, as an individual, where you get your, I would also say, make sure you're not staying in an echo chamber. Make sure that we have a broad discussion amongst the community, not just the narrow niche that we're in.
Yeah.
And start to make more informed decisions.
Yeah.
But somebody who's out there who understands that digital and social is the future, they're going to go far.
Yeah. If you don't, you're going to be left behind.
Yeah.
One,
It's hard to make the pivot. When they get
Yeah.
it's hard to make the pivot when they get their foot on your neck.
Yeah, I know, right? I know, right? A little bit of that.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Before we go, Pete, I know kind of wrapping things up here. What's Brownell's? Anything new coming on the plate? Anything you guys can talk about, divulge? Or you just got some things in the
We
works?
got BRN's a great brand. Watch for some improvements there.
Okay.
Again, own the bench. So look at resurgence of some of the things that customers are really telling us they want.
Okay.
A lot of good stuff there, and there's a lot of unique features on Brownells.com that are going to be brought to the forefront. Things that help you. I mean, there's some great stuff coming that this administration is going to free up that we've all been pining for years.
Awesome.
So,
Okay.
yeah, really good stuff coming. So get ready.
Yeah.
Thread your barrels. Get ready for
I like it.
stuff. Right?
I like it. I like it.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Yep.
No more taxman beating down your door. All right.
Yeah. Who knows what's going to hit the store here soon?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Looking forward to
Yeah,
it.
that'd be awesome.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Well, thanks for joining
Great
us. And the website again?
Brownells.com.
Just give you a chance to say it again. We love
BRO. Yeah.
that. We love it. It'll be in the show notes so they can click right on it. But thanks for being here.
Awesome.
It
Yeah,
was a lot
good
of
to be here,
fun.
guys.
All right, buddy.
Hey, for the rest of you guys, don't forget, train hard, stay safe, and we'll see you on the range.